Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 happy hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a two-stepping Tuesday. A little two-step.
Can you throw another T in there for me?
Tiger two-step.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
How you like me now? Memphis Tigers knocked off number 2.
Another T. 2.
UConn. Yeah, going down for real. That was a crazy, crazy basketball game. The emotions were up and down like you wouldn't believe. And what can you say about them Tigers? Penny Hardaway even said it was the biggest win of his coaching career. Dropping them, beginning of the season. UConn, like a bad habit, today, 5 o'clock, they're going to be playing Michigan State. We will be breaking down all the Tiger action, everything we saw, everything we're excited about, from Tyrese Hunter going stoned and scored like 17 points off the jump in the second half, knocking 4 or 5 threes down, to P.J. Carter and Colby Rogers, the country singer, scoring all 17 points in overtime. And then Dan Hurley. Let me tell you something. If I'm a UConn fan, I'm one of them ultra-rich UConn fans.
You fire him today, right?
No. I'm excited about them champs, about them championships. I love them chips. Don't get me wrong. But if I went out to Maui and you, with 40 seconds left in the game, Liam goes over the back. It was over the back. 50-50 ball. You could maybe choked on your whistle in a game that tight down the stretch. But they called it. You're going to give the Tigers 2 free throws. It's still going to be a 2-point game with 40 seconds left in the game. But when you gave them 4, Dan, Tigers iced that joint. You just stole it from them. You took it from UConn and your players. And the Tigers also took that joint. I ain't trying to take nothing away from the Tigers. I'm just saying from the perspective of a amazing Hall of Fame coach that Dan Hurley is. How can you lose your cool with 40 seconds left in a basketball game? Could you imagine if Penny Hardaway did something like that, what would happen?
He would have been ejected big time.
Dude. And it wouldn't be that. Could you imagine the people in Memphis talking some craziness?
Of course.
And I'd be one of them. You know, I'm nuts. But I'm excited, though. We are going to talk about the Memphis Tigers a lot today. We got Terry Davis because we got Tigers all week. He's going to join us all week. Our week is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So this is actually my Thursday.
This is your Thursday, good
Dude,
sir.
you know I start the weekend every Thursday. I didn't realize I had to start my weekend. Oh, my goodness. It's like I didn't even stop my weekend because it's on Monday instead of being a good boy. I was like, you know what? We got Tiger basketball at 1:30. I don't know if you know this, but I didn't do anything productive yesterday. I watched basketball, Tigers basketball. I can't even remember.
As you should.
And
Grizzlies. And then the Grizzlies.
No. I watched a football game. I'm not going to lie. I saw a little Ja. I kept it on the corner. I saw his nasty dunk. Man, they beat the brakes off the Portland Trail Blazers. Ja's back, baby. We'll also talk about the Grizzlies with Terry Davis, of course. I'm excited to wrap Tigers, Grizzlies. They both got a big win. But we also got to talk, you know what happens tonight, don't you?
What you got tonight?
It's Tuesday, dude. College football playoff rankings.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude.
Where's Ole Miss going to fall? Where's Bama going to fall? Those are the big questions.
Man,
and how far does Indiana fall with that one loss?
Well, see, the thing is these are some of the questions. I have some of the answers. Not really, because you never know what these damn guys are going to do, to be honest with you. But I would say the questions with tonight. Everybody cares about basically the top 12 seeds. And you might as well care about the top 12 seeds. Because Boise State is going to be in the top 12. With the way Oregon being number 1, Ohio State 2, Texas is going to be 3, Penn State 4, Notre Dame 5, might be Penn State 5, Notre Dame 4. The way they destroyed Army. I really think the rankings start after the first 5. Where is Georgia and Tennessee, SMU, Miami? How high is Boise State going? There's just so many deadgum questions, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. But some of the curious questions that I have is, after Alabama got stomped by Oklahoma, realistically, how far do they fall? Like, that's one that I have. Like, the AP had them at 13. Did you see that?
Yep.
And I was like, damn, man, they still got Alabama holding on.
It's the brand, man.
And then the other thing is when I think about how high is Tennessee going to move up? And then this is the question that I have for all of y'all at the Sissy's Log Cabin text and listener line, 901-360-8255, 901-360-8255. Life is too short for ordinary jewelry. How good is the SEC this year? You talk about the entirety of the conference as a whole. I think it's the best conference in college football. Toughest schedule.
Wouldn't get any
toughest
argument
teams.
over here for that.
I mean, there's teams that are locked and loaded, and you have to, realistically, it's terrible how the SEC has cannibalized itself this year. But I am asking the question is like, I know how good Oregon is good. Ohio State, 3 offensive linemen out last week. They lost their center, the left tackle, right tackle, and they still dominated Indiana. But really, who in the Big Ten's any good? Outside of the creme de la creme, which is Oregon and Ohio State. Indiana ain't all that great. Penn State, we saw what happens when they play Ohio State. They're good football teams, just like a lot of the good football teams over in the SEC. But the question I'm trying to get to is who do you believe out of the SEC can win a natty? Do I think Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, Texas A&M, South Carolina, Alabama, Ole Miss, hell, Florida's playing great football with 2 wins, beating LSU and then Ole Miss last week? You saw Auburn man up and take out Texas A&M. Vanderbilt beat Alabama at their crib this year. Took Texas. Texas' best win on the year is a 3-point win over Vanderbilt. The SEC is loaded top to bottom, excluding Mississippi State and Kentucky, of course. Even though Kentucky beat Ole Miss, which makes me want to vomit. Still.
I'm worried about your Texas. Texas hadn't beat anybody in the top
That's the
half.
whole point. Like Texas they're the best team in the SEC.
They hadn't beat anybody in the top half.
I don't
of the
trust
SEC.
Quinn Ewers. Like I've said this all year long. I don't. When he has a little pressure, and listen, every quarterback struggles with a little bit of pressure, especially up the middle. But he looks flustered and scared, and he doesn't keep his eyes downfield. He starts looking around and then cowers down and falls right on the ground. And if he does keep looking downfield, he's really not looking. He just throws it up for grabs. So the Longhorns, if they're the best team right now in the SEC, do you really trust them?
Trust
If
Georgia.
if you trust Georgia more than you trust Texas,
Correct.
do me a favor and tell me you think this Georgia team's as good as they were last year? Didn't even get to play in there.
No, sir.
They stomped Florida State, but they lost the SEC championship game to Alabama.
That should be the chip on their shoulder. But, no, they were much better last year.
But,
they had Brock, man.
But does this team really actually strike fear in you? You saw how Ole Miss's defensive front absolutely handled Georgia. Carson Beck hasn't been the same this year. Now, did he go off on Tennessee in the second half? He did.
What about the 6 quarters, the last, 2 against Bama and the 4 against Texas they were on? They were hot as hell right
Dude, they've had 6 good quarters. I'll give you that. That's about
That
the
doesn't scare you
extent.
that they can do that?
Well, they can't run the football. Like, that's something that's the problem that I'm trying to say is no team in the SEC is complete.
Nope.
Texas, their quarterback causes me concern. Their defensive secondary can give it up. When I look at Georgia, they can't run the football. Like, they can't do it. They haven't been able to run the football all year long. ATN ain't looking like he's come back healthy in a while. And that Frazier kid ain't nothing special. This Georgia offensive line is not good as its lines in the past, and the weapons especially. I mean, Oscar Delp, Bell will be back, but he's banged up. Dylan Bell, he's their best, and he's like a tweener. He's a tight end / wide receiver. Like, this isn't a team that's going to go out there and explode all over your face.